Hi, everyone. Jim Bartles here on behalf of Ingstad Broadcasting in Minnesota and also J. Buckley Baseball Tours. I'd like to invite you to come along on either one of our two trips this year that we've got on our tours. The first one's going to be July 20th through the 29th and is mainly a Midwest trip. We'll give you details in a second. And our second trip is in August. It's an East Coast trip. It's a fly-in trip. We begin and end in Newark, New Jersey. What a great trip, and we'll tell you about that as well. And that's August 8th through the 16th of this year. All right, now you can get the flyers. We have flyers out for all of our stations around Minnesota, and they look something like this. You'll see them, okay? But also, if you get the J. Buckley flyer or you go on their website, their flyer looks like this. And on their website, we're referring to trips 11 and 17. Those are the two that we are doing with J. Buckley Baseball Tours. They call them a custom trip. And for us, of course, with Ingstad Broadcasting, they're simply our fantasy baseball tours. So let's get you updated. A couple of really good trips. And as we record this, I can tell you that we're about half full on our first trip. And we're already filling up our second bus on the second trip. So the first trip, July 20th through the 29th, we start in Minnesota. And from Minnesota, we're going to go to Chicago to Wrigley Field, where the Cubs will play the Padres. Then to Milwaukee. Well, you go to Milwaukee, you're going to have a great time there, as the Brewers will be taking on and hosting the Reds. The Yankees at Minnesota. That's right. We're going to be coming back to Minnesota. Target Field, one of the top 3 to 5 ballparks. Many people feel it's the best ballpark of all the major league parks. So we'll take in that game. And then we're going to do a minor league game. They're going to go down to Cedar Rapids, and the Minnesota Twins farm team, the Colonels, will be taking on the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. On July 25th, we're in Kansas City. Cleveland Indians will be there, so that should be a good game as we see the Central Division defending champions. Then on the 26th, Houston Astros at the St. Louis Cardinals, followed by Cincinnati Reds hosting the Colorado Rockies. Again, we've got a lot of good teams that we're seeing who are very much playoff bound in 2018. And our final game, we're going to see the Minnesota Twins at the Chicago White Sox. Now, some of the extra highlights on the trip, we're going to stop and see the Field of Dreams movie site in Iowa. Also sightseeing in Chicago and St. Louis, buffet reception at Harry Carey's restaurant, and admission to the Negro League Baseball Museum. Check all that out. Prices and other details, of course, are on our website of all of our radio stations in Minnesota and also at jbuckley.com. Second trip. This is a good one and really is taking off. It's trip 17 in the brochure and is a 9-day trip. Covers 6 games, 11 teams in 6 ballparks, August 8th through the 16th. You fly in or drive into Newark, New Jersey. We start there. Then on the second day of the trip, Houston Astros at the Baltimore Orioles, followed by the Washington Nationals at the New York Mets. On August 11th, it's the Los Angeles Angels at the Boston Red Sox, World Series champions. Then we're going to spend a day and go to Cooperstown and take in the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. On August 13th, back to baseball, Cincinnati Reds at the Washington Nationals. On the 14th, the Cubs at the Philadelphia Phillies. Yep, we're told you we're going to see all those East Coast parks. That leaves one. It'll be the Cleveland Indians at the New York Yankees. And finally, the final day.